Sunday morning, day 59, I think. 8:59. Yep, 59. Pretty great. Anyways, leg day. We're gonna start it off. I've been thinking about what I want to do today, and I think we're gonna start it off with a 15-minute bike ride. But lowering the. I've been keeping it at a level 18 for a while now, about a couple weeks, and I feel like I haven't really noticed a lot of improvement. I started at level 10 out of 30 on the bike, and that increases the weight at which you have to turn, the weight you have to apply on the pedal for it to move, right? And then there's also the RPM and the like miles per hour. I kind of gauge between those three to see how I'm like improving, how I'm doing on the bike. And I started at like 10 or 12. I've been progressing towards 20. I think I want to reach around 22, 23. I don't want it to be maxing out all the time, but at the same time, I think that would be a comfortable goal to have for myself. That's why I've been doing it so consistently. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but I also do I feel like I've been doing it for a while now, and I've noticed that it's like I'm tapering a little bit. So I think that's why I stopped doing the 10-minute bikes. I've been doing 15 minutes the past few times, and it's been working pretty well. Except my legs do get a little more exhausted, like early on, just because I'm doing, 15 minutes of level 18, and that's only a level that I've been doing for, I don't know where I'm going with this. My bad. Look, the bike's starting to get a little more difficult, so I'm trying to figure out how to work my way through that. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But other than that, I'm trying to get in there a little early today. Have more time for the house. I gotta clean, and I gotta get ready for the next week. Got a lot going on at work, and everything good, but it means I need to give it a little more attention. So I'm probably just gonna rest and relax today after the gym, but maybe try and also hit a sauna session after. I think my legs could use it. Today's quad day, so we're gonna be doing a lot of squat movements. Maybe do some front squats, followed by some the elevated, the heel elevated Smith machine squats that I do, and then maybe some more lunges. Those felt pretty, like, I need to get comfortable with doing those again. So yeah, that's about it for the exercise. On that note, I'll see y'all at the gym. Alright, warm-ups were pretty good. 15 minutes on the bike. I've set it to a level 16. Went pretty well. No pain in the shins or anything like that. No pain in the knees. I always get a little nervous on quad days, because I've been pushing it pretty hard, and I just don't, anything can happen. And while I do a good job of preventative measures, at the same time, it's still something that can happen, So I do my best to prep, and I pray for the best. But I know sometimes in this sport, injuries are bound to be a thing. So you gotta do what you can, right? But warm-ups went pretty well. I went into Uh, I also noticed that I found the right pace for my jump rope, and that's been good. Um, I moved into hamstrings after my mobility and my jump rope, and started with some hamstring curls. The first set that you saw, I just did normal hamstring curls, and then I wanted to do single leg. So I did this variation where you see me holding the leg on the leg that I don't want to work, so that I can work the other leg. I did a couple sets of this. It was actually pretty good. It looks a little weird, but I liked how it moved. It moved pretty well. On this first set, I did it with I moved one leg to the side, my outside leg to the side, while I kept the inside leg doing the curls. But on the second set, I did I held the leg on the left leg, the outside leg, when I was doing my right leg curls, and it worked pretty well. Anyways, yeah, I did this for 2 sets of this, where I would do a drop down on each weight. So I did, I think, 8 to 10 reps per weight, holding it up, single leg curl, and I was able to focus on the external hamstring a little more, which felt pretty good. That always has, it has like a weird, it feels a little tight in the beginning whenever I try like warming up my hamstrings and my quads, and this kind of got me past that pretty well. So I don't know if I would recommend trying this if you're not used to hamstring curls to begin with, but if you do hamstrings often, or you do hamstring curls as a warm up, give it a go. Let me know what you think. Yeah, from there I moved into quad extensions, and I did a similar thing, single leg quad extensions. But I would start the first couple reps I did together, so both my legs, and then I would do one leg at a time. Doing the legs together at the beginning helped me to get that mind muscle connection going, and then maintaining that connection when I transitioned to single legs helped pretty well. You'll see me transition here. My quads are looking pretty good today. I was pretty happy with how I've been moving. I know I talked about how I put on some mass, and that's I was worried that would impact my ability to move properly, but no, it didn't impact me at all. Actually, I felt pretty good in my movements. Typically, sometimes, especially when I'm doing quads, I feel a little bit of clicking in my left knee, but I didn't feel that this time. So that was pretty good. Yeah. Like I said, I did single legs. I found that on my right, the internal quad head, on my right leg, it's a little more difficult to activate that in comparison to the internal quad head on my left leg. So yeah, I guess I gotta work on figuring out why that is, but it was just a cool, an observation I noticed. Not necessarily bad. It's not like I'm missing out on any gains, per se. It's just, mind muscle activation could be better on the right leg, it looks like. From there I went into, are these squats? I don't know what they're called, but front load, elbow loaded squats, and they move pretty well. I just started doing these, I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was like 2 weeks ago when the lights were out in the gym and I was the only one there. I started doing them then, and they moved pretty well. I moved up to 225s on both sides, so that's 50 pounds on both sides, so it's just 145 pounds, nothing too heavy. But I did this for 4 sets of 10, I think, 8 to 10 reps, and they move pretty well. I like how these feel. It helps me to maintain contraction in my core, which I've been focusing on more lately, and contraction in the quads. And maintaining full range of motion is what I'm focusing on throughout these movements. I think while it's not necessarily a heavy load on my elbows, it can add up because I have to keep my core constrained the whole time, or else I will injure my back when I have that sort of load front loaded in my elbows. From there, I moved over to sissy squats. I did 4 sets of these at 185, 175 to 185, depending on how heavy the actual Smith machine is. But this moved pretty well. I love doing these. I've been doing these for a while, and they've always been a pretty solid, pretty reliable movement in terms of getting that contraction on the quads. I think this is just my last set of those before I moved into abductors and adductors. Yeah, a solid leg day as always. No complaints. I'm really happy with how the contractions are coming along. How I'm contracting well with my legs. I think I've always had good muscle-mind connection in my legs, but I think getting into the finer details, hitting the nitty-gritty that I've always wanted to hit, I'm finally starting to see that in a more consistent basis. So that's really good. From there, I moved on to, I totally forgot about the lunges. I moved on to lunges. Zombie lunges, same as last time. I'll do one leg at a time. I did, I think, 4 sets of these, where I'll do 10 going one way, 10 to 12 going one way, 10 to 12 going the other way, coming back. Focus is, on this first set, you'll notice that I take it, I'm very focused, and the movement is very precise on my left leg, but then on my right leg, I am, it's like the flow isn't there. I'm moving a little too quick into the knee bend, like that right there. It's coming out a little too fast instead of focusing on maintaining the contraction while going into the hole or into the lunge. So I try to focus on that for the next, since this was the first set, I try to focus on that for the next 3 sets. I'm able to get it on a couple of the reps, but not all of them. It's a little difficult to do, actually. I noticed that I've always thought that my left leg was weaker than my right leg, but I'm starting to realize that my left leg is stronger, the mind-muscle connection is stronger in my left leg than in comparison to my right leg, which is, I guess, it's kind of cool because I'm right side dominant, you know? I write with my right hand. Back when I did track and field, I would sprint with I would start on my right leg. I don't know. It's a cool thing to observe in real time. I learn something new about my legs every day, or about my body every day while I do this journey. And sometimes I got to do it a few times to actually learn it. But if you notice here, coming on the way back on the right leg, I'm going into the hole a little slower. I'm hitting the lunge a little slower to maintain that contraction in my right leg, which helped make me move a lot better. I know last week I told you guys about how I felt a little bit of pain on the right leg when I was lunging. I didn't feel that this time, which is really good. All in all signs towards improvements, and I will never complain about that. 1% a day is all it takes, you know. Finished up with some adductors and abductors. I pushed up to 100 pounds here. I could feel it. I skipped 1 week, and having skipped that week of not doing abductors and adductors, I feel the foreign feeling. It feels a little more foreign than it should be. Which it makes sense. You know, it's very difficult to build up the consistency on something. It's very easy to break it down. You know, all it takes is a couple blocks, or not even a couple blocks. All it takes is one time for you to like stop and mess up the mind muscle connection that you have going with it. But it's okay. I was still able to do 100 pounds without being in pain, which is really good. But we take what we can and we continue to move forward. This was a really good quad day. I'm very happy with it. I think the next video should be the posing. But all in all, no pain, improvements in almost every single sector, and I'm very happy that I finally figured out the right pace for jumping rope. That was a pretty big win today. I tried a different angle for the posing. I know usually I do the camera facing me, but this time I zoomed in on the mirror just to give it a try. I know a couple other influencers do these things, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Honestly, it didn't come out that bad. I kind of liked how it looked. It looks a little more like old school type of thing, but the feathering is coming in nicely. The middle head is coming out well on both legs. Yeah, I'm liking how it's. I mean, while I have gained weight on the scale, I think it's been a majority of muscle mass, and I can't complain about that at all. I'm very happy with how things are going. On that note, yeah, pretty good form there. I'm liking how it's coming out. On that note, I'll see you all tomorrow.